This legendary fruit they've been talking about. He said it was a cactus, so we drove out into the middle of Honduras, so I'd assume this is it. Or is it? Hello Internet, welcome to Forensics Theory. About a spin on a classic game theory. Today's video is about how dangerous this drug is, so YouTube, please don't take this down. Everything in this video is educational and informational. Please be advised to never do what is talked in this video. But anyways, on to the video. In today's video, we are talking about the effects of peyote and how it affects the body. Corny intro aside, let's get into some info about the peyote. I hear you asking, what is peyote? Well, I'm here to tell you it's a cactus found in the middle of the desert in southwestern America and also northern Mexico. Its specific name is this. I'm not even going to try. It is first dated back to ye olden days, back when we were still trying to figure out how to be a country. The people who found it were an indigenous tribe who, when they found it, they tried to smoke it with some tobacco leaves and found out it had a lot of odd properties, to say the least, such as hallucinations, intense nausea, vomiting, dilation of the pupils, increased heart rate, increased blood pressure, hallucinations. Wait, I said that twice. Oh well. These hallucinations being like seeing music, hearing colors, sweating, and shivering. Long-term effects are still poorly understood by the NIDA, also known as National Institute on Drug Abuse, impaired motor conditions, headaches, and muscle weakness. Now, I know these sound like bad side effects, but it's just the byproduct of the hallucinogens that you took. Another thing to point out about this specific drug is they used it for medical reasons. As I have said, and I will say it again, say it with me, y'all. Ye olden days, they would use it to treat pain. You would go to your local shaman, and he would give out peyote. When you would inhale the smoke from it, you would be breathing in a chemical called mescaline. That's where the term mess comes from which is the addicting part of the peyote. You inhale the smoke while other drug leaves are burned like tobacco and or cannabis. When it enters your lungs, it starts to metabolize in your bloodstream through the oxygen you breathed in. It is then metabolized into this big long word, this one, and also this one. The second one is when it's digested. Yes, I said that correctly. Ingested. Because there are two ways to get your fix for this drug, also known as a gelatin pill. This gelatin pill is something akin or similar to fish oils. More on that later. It also metabolizes into these metabolites and alkaloids, which are these listed up here. I will give you guys a second to read them. I would probably not be able to pronounce half of these, because I am not used to this line of work. The only way you can legally obtain this drug is by being part of an indigenous tribe of natives in Central America. Outside of that, you will be sent to jail for illegal substances, as was stated earlier in the video. YouTube, this is for educational purposes. Do not reenact anything that is in this video. Anywho, the only way to detect this drug is via your bloodstream, or your urine by using a method called immunoassay, a test that is essentially going to use these binding ingredients, known as antibodies and antigens, to identify specific substances in your body, and the way that they do it for mescaline is within 24 hours to 3 days of you having it, they will take a small bit of your blood or urine, they'll put it in the immunoassay machine, it'll separate everything out, and then they'll put in different ingredients to test out to see what all chemicals you've had in your body. Before your body completely uses up all the detectable metabolites of the drug, this drug can't technically kill you unless you take enough for you to pass out. Because when you ingest too much of it, your system tries to push it out by any means necessary, one of these means being vomiting. This is where the victim that I'm about to talk about comes into play. One of the only few documented ODs of peyote was a Native American guy who was going to sleep. He was later found dead with blood coming out of his esophagus and mouth. This was because he was vomiting so much that it was starting to burn a hole in his throat, to the point where he was just bleeding and essentially drowning on his own blood. Other ODs were more so attributed to other factors like poor health conditions and whatnot. Because, as I've stated, peyote increases your blood flow, your heart rate, everything. So, whenever you die to like a heart attack after taking peyote, it's probably most likely being put down as a heart attack. Sorry for the abrupt ending. This is probably going to be the end of the video here. I ran out of time and patience with making this video. This is currently future me while I'm editing this video. Future me here. Here are some charts of the rates of OD, if I can find them. These are substantial to this stuff, but back to past me. But this is the first one. It's a learning experience for me and as you guys. I hope the next videos are better. This has been Forensics Theory. Signing off.